In Houston, the lights rise once again. The Owl's Nest prepares for another war, where records are tested, reputations built, and names are made permanent. This is BOXFEST 15, presented by Red Owl. And tonight, the crown is everything. 3 stories, 1 card. The debut, where the fire begins. The redemption, a reckoning in motion. And the crowning, the final fight of the night, where only one escapes with the title. On June 6th, 2 undefeated warriors enter, but only one leaves with gold. When you fight in the Owl's Nest, yeah, there's pressure. But fighting in the main event, now that's something else entirely. 2 fighters, 2 flawless records. No backup plan, no shortcuts. They've taken different roads to get here, but they meet in the same moment, in the same ring, with everything on the line. Calm, composed, and unbeaten, Emanuel Moreno steps in with a perfect 10-0 record and ice in his veins. The moment never rushes him, and he's never needed noise to make a statement. Fast, focused, and dangerous, Khalid Twaiti arrives at 14-0. He has sharp hands and sharper intent. He's been built in the fire and never takes a step back. With neither withholding anything, one will rise, one will fall. Because when the crown is up for grabs, by any means necessary is all they know. From the heart of Wichita, Texas comes Emanuel El Trompo Moreno. Focused, relentless, and grounded by more than just the fight. A fighter who doesn't chase moments, he creates them. This isn't just another opportunity. This is a statement waiting to be written.
Making me my morning smoothie before I go for my run. It's only 6:30 a.m. She's doing that, be taking care of my body while I'm dieting, nutrients wise, diet wise, and just making sure I get all my nutrients in. So, I'm a big mama's boy.
I mean, we've been doing this our whole lives I've been doing this since the age of 6 years old. So, I feel like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I like it, man. I love that, I'm main event, and, like I said, I'm ready to put on a show. No pressure. It's just another day in the office. That's it.
My name is Emanuel Moreno. I am 10-0 with 3 knockouts.
Before I started boxing, I was playing soccer, and soccer was my passion. I was always a little kid on the field, and I was always a little kid at school, and I'd always get picked on. At some point, my dad got tired of it, and he was all like, "Nah, you need to learn how to fight and defend yourself." So, and then he took me to the boxing gym, and at the boxing gym, it was one of my first sparrings, and then I had a fight, and then after that, it was just oh, I like this, I like hitting people in the face, and I fell in love with it ever since, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just ever since then, it's been the dream.
Across the country, in the heart of Brooklyn, another undefeated name rises, Khalid Twaiti. He's more than just a fighter. He's a son of Brooklyn, molded by family and fueled by faith, and backed by a community that's always had his name in their corner.
I started boxing at the age of 9. I've always loved boxing, even before I started boxing, just watching it on TV. It was just a natural thing. I felt at home, this is where my heart belongs. My name is Khalid Twaiti, I'm 14-0. So this was definitely something that, I was born for, I believe. And I look to fulfill all of the accomplishments that I set out for myself, and I'm on that journey.
New York is definitely a rough place. It's definitely changing, but it's a gritty city. And one of the things you had to do growing up was fight. And I had a lot of fights growing up, and I was always a smaller guy. So I felt like I always had a statement to make. So come June 6th, it's no different. I still gotta make a statement.
In Brooklyn, toughness is tradition. But for Twaiti, it's also pride. A pride rooted in where he's from, the people he represents. He doesn't just fight for himself. He fights for the name, the flag, and the borough that built him.
I've been in situations once where like people like, you know, try to press me, you know, like a bunch of people, and Kyle would step his foot down and get up and like get loud with these guys, go Brooklyn on them, and everybody would be quiet. I swear to God, like ever since then I called him the Little Giant, and I'm not trying to gas him up. I'm like, Kyle's really like that.
My brother, he's not lying.
Brooklyn's a gritty city, gritty city. It's not for the soft at all. If you're from Brooklyn and you were born and raised in Brooklyn, you know that fighting is gotta be like second nature to you. And me being a smaller guy, I always had to fight for my respect, and I always held my ground. And that's just the pride that I have being in Brooklyn, like, and repping for it. I gotta continue, you know, the legacy after Mike Tyson and all of these great fighters. You know, I wanna be a part of that line.
Wichita isn't the place people talk about. It's not Dallas. But that's the point. Because here, when one of their own steps up, the whole city rises with him. Moreno doesn't just carry his own name into the ring. He carries the pride of a tight-knit community that cheers louder with every round.
People here are great, you know. Our hometown it's not big here in Wichita Falls, you know what I'm saying? We don't live it's not a big town, so, you know, the people here are like real supportive about, you know, the local business owners, you know, me being a local fighter, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're all just one big community that, you know, like to pick each other up, you know what I'm saying? So we like showing love to everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I say it's good people, man, for sure.
The reason to support local talent is because we're all a community here in Wichita. I know we thrive off of that. We do back up each other a lot. It just so happens that we're right outside of Dallas, and this brings a big spotlight to our city too, gets us attention, not only for Manny, but also the younger kids that are growing up and coming out of the same gym.
From the streets that raised him to the mosque that grounds him, Twaiti draws his strength not just from preparation, but from prayer. His faith is his focus, his balance, his armor.
So this is Surah Al-Kahf in the Quran. It's a chapter in the Quran. Basically, the name of it is The Cave. And this is a place where I'm in my life right now. I feel like I'm in my cave when I'm in training camp. So yeah, we're about to go to the mosque right now to make Friday prayer and start the weekend off right.
Islam has definitely shaped me into the man I am today. My main thing is my faith. That becomes before anything. And I know with faith in God and God by my side that I'm able to succeed and overcome anything that's in front of me. You know, whether it be good or bad, Allah is the best of planners, and I trust His plan. And all I can do is tie my camel and trust God, which means put in the work and have faith in God.
Moreno doesn't just carry his own name into the ring. He carries the pride of a tight-knit community that cheers louder with every round. Family built him. Legacy drives him.
You know, I've had so many kids and so many people come up to me and tell me how I've inspired them, you know, just how consistent I am with my training, how disciplined, and, you know, how dedicated they see me, you know, how I'm so into the sport. And, you know, it's fulfilling, bro. I mean, it's heartwarming, you know, when a kid comes up to you and be like, hey, like, I want to fight like you know what I'm saying? And, you know, because I mean, boxing it's not an easy sport, you know what I'm saying? It's blood, sweat, and tears, and it's a lot of dedication and discipline. So, I mean, just, you know, the love that we get from the people and, you know, the support we get from them, and, you know, being told daily, you know, that we're doing something good, it feels good, man. And I mean, that's what I carry on my shoulders, you know, every time I fight, and, you know, when I'm training, and, you know, I don't just do it for myself, but for the people, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm not from a big town, so.
His father came to this country from Yemen carrying a name, Twaiti, and a dream to build something better. Today, Khalid carries that same name into every fight, determined to make it mean something lasting.
This is the biggest, the largest, the king of our pops.
When he was a little kid, I used to take him to the gym every day. Now he's a good man. He's a good boxer, professional.
Yeah, let him know. What we gonna do June 6th?
Yeah.
We're gonna knock them out.
Yeah.
June 6th, we coming for them. My dad he's a king, honestly. Like, he's a king in my life. Like, he motivates me to see him putting all the work that he's put in, and for him to just come from Yemen to America, to migrate in America and just, have a great success over here is very inspiring. And I emulate that with boxing. I'm trying to go above and beyond and fight for a bigger purpose. So I'm just trying to continue the last name legacy, Twaiti, and just make it bigger and better.
Yo, put it in escrow. Whatever they want to bet, you heard? Whatever they want to bet, easy. Put it in escrow, you heard?
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful support system I have. I believe that my support system is very genuine. I fight for a bigger purpose than just myself and just for a title or whatever you want to call it. I fight for my people. I have a deeper connection than just doing it for myself. And that keeps me grounded and that keeps me focused, and that's just all the fire I need in me in order to achieve everything that I want.
Since his debut in the Owl's Nest last year, Moreno's been on a tear. Now he returns to BOXFEST, but don't expect the same fighter. He's undefeated for a reason, and he plans to keep it that way.
I'm excited to be back and put on a show again for Houston, not just Houston, for all my people and, everybody tuning in and watching. And my confidence is definitely up here right now, and it's gonna continue to stay that way. Not just there, it's gonna continue to build, so.
I only had one knockout when I fought on Red Owl. And then after my 6th fight, I got like 2 back-to-back. And like, I just started feeling like a lot more, comfortable, a lot more confident. And now I just feel dangerous, bro. I'm finna show everything, on June 6th, if I gotta box, if I gotta bang, if I gotta, if I gotta get sturdy with it, whatever, like, I'ma show it, bro. I come with the whole package, bro. Box, bang, all of it, IQ, everything.
Emanuel, Moreno, and he's 10-0 right now, June 6th, and he's actually gonna be the main event on DAZN. He's actually fighting for the WBA title. So, there's big things coming out of Wichita Falls as far as our boxing program and our boxing.
It means a lot, man. It's gonna be one hell of a show. It's definitely gonna be one hell of a fight for sure. I know that he's coming in to fight, and just as much as I am, I'm coming in to fight and, take his O away.
He's a solid fighter, he's a tough competitor, and I'm expecting a tough fight. But I believe I'm a world champion, and this is just another step in my journey that I have to prove to showcase my talent and show the world that I'm Khalid Twaiti and this is my division and I'm a world champion and I'm coming to take it.
He's definitely the most skilled fighter we'll fight. He knows how to, use his boxing skill well, from what we've seen. But, we're ready for that. Actually, as I tell my team all the time, I prefer more of the skilled fighters. It just makes it look more pretty.
I do believe this is my time. It's just a deep feeling just in my heart and soul. Like, I just feel like this is my moment to seize. It's not something I could really express. But after this victory, inshallah, I know it's only up from here.
It means a lot fighting for the WBA, Continental. It means a lot. It's something that we've been working for, our whole lives, and it's, it's finally showing, getting that, it's finally showing that all the hard work and dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears is coming out together, so.
May the best man win. Let's duke it out. Let's duke it out.
Twaiti, you better be ready, my boy. You best be ready, because we're coming with that fire, bro, for sure.
June 6th brings in a new chapter in the Owl's Nest. 2 undefeated fighters, 1 belt, and the kind of spotlight that just can't be shared. Emanuel Moreno, Red Owl alumni looking to put Wichita Falls, Texas on the map and begin his reign. Khalid Twaiti, fast, ferocious, and ready to take the sport by its horns. Every round fought, every risk taken brings them closer to the crown. When the final bell echoes through the Owl's Nest, only one will stand unbeaten. This is BOXFEST 15, and the war for legacy begins now. June 6th, the Owl's Nest, live on DAZN, and when the dust settles, only one will wear the crown. Go to RedOutBoxing.com and follow us on social media for TV listings and ticket information.